Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful, I would like to welcome you all with the Islamic greeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
First of all, I would like to say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving us mercies and blessing so we can be gathered here without any obstacles. Salawat and salam may also be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the dark to the light era. Today, our group 3 will present our topic about letter of collection of payment. Before we start, let me introduce the member of our group. I am Muhammad Fadil Kadir as your first speaker and your moderator for today. The second speaker is Herawati.
Hai.
The third speaker is Joseph Andi.
Halo guys.
Hai.
And the fourth speaker is Christina.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To shorten the time, let's start our presentation. I will deliver the first part of the material. A. Definition letter of collection of payment. A collection letter, also known as a dunning letter, is a written document sent by seller, creditor, or company to a buyer or debtor who has not paid their bill on time. The main goal is to remind the debtor about the outstanding payment, ask them to settle it as soon as possible. According to a business communication expert, collection letters are usually sent in stages. Each stage is more serious than the one before. The first letter is gentle and friendly. The second letter is more direct and firm. And the third letter is strong warning that says the company will take further action if the payment is still not made. Collection letters are important because they help business recover money they are owed without damaging the relationship with the customer. A well-written collection letter shows professionalism and respect, even when the situation is serious. There are some key things that must be included in a collection letter. They are the date of the letter, the name and address of the debtor, the amount of money owed, the due date of the payment, and a clear request for payment. The tone of the letter should match the stage of collection. As you can see from the paper, there are 3 stages of collection letters. First, A. The first letter of collection of payment. The first collection letter is the first message sent to a buyer who has not paid on time. At this stage, the seller assumes that the buyer may have simply forgotten about the payment. The tone of this letter is friendly and polite and understanding. The seller does not want to make the buyer feel bad. The main goal is to remind the buyer gently and ask them to settle the payment as soon as they can. This letter usually sent shortly after the due date has passed, often within 1 or 2 weeks. It should be brief and clear. The seller should state the amount owed, the original due date, and ask the buyer to pay or contact them if there is a problem. Using simple and kind language is important so the buyer does not feel accused or pressured. For example, as you can see from this television slide, dear Mr. Schubert, we think you may have overlooked invoice number 5A, $1,910 for $351, which was due last month. Please could you let us have your check to clear the amount. However, if you already sent a remittance, then please disregard this letter. We are looking forward to hearing from you about this matter. The key vocabulary from this letter is reminder. Is a gentle notice to help someone remember something. Invoice, a bill that shows what a buyer owes to a seller. Due date is the last day to make a payment. Oversight is a small mistake, usually because someone forgot. Disregard is to ignore or pay no attention to something. And earliest convenience is as soon as possible, at time that works for you. B is the second letter requesting the collection of payment. The second collection letter is sent when the buyer has not responded to the first letter. By this time, the seller is more serious. However, the tone is still respectful and professional. The seller now clearly states that the payment is overdue and directly asks the buyer to pay as soon as possible or to explain why they have not paid. This letter is usually sent 2 or 4 weeks after the first letter. It is a bit longer and more detailed than the first letter. The seller may include the original due date, the number of the days payment is overdue, and a new deadline for the buyer to pay. The seller may also warn the buyer that if the payment is not made, they will be charged a late fee for the account or maybe put on hold. Writing the second letter requires balance. The seller must be firm so the buyer understands the seriousness of the situation, but must also remain polite and protect the business relationship. The use of clear, direct, but respectful language is the key. For example, you can see from this slide. Next is the third reminding letter of collection. The third collection letter is the most serious letter in the collection process. It is when the buyer has not responded to the first and second letters. At this point, the seller is very firm and warns the buyer that if the payment is not made, the company will take a legal action. The tone is no longer friendly and it is direct, urgent, and professional. This letter is usually sent 2 or 4 weeks after the second letter. It must clearly state that this is the final warning before legal steps are taken. The seller should mention the total amount owed, including any late fees and or interest that have been added. A final deadline must be clearly stated, and the consequence of not paying must be explained in a simple but strong language. I think that's all from me. For the next slide. For the next slide, it will be continued by Herawati. Time is yours.
Okay, thanks moderator. Now let's move to the next slide. Is the principle for writing a good business letter. As you can see in the letter, the slide is the letter 1. The first principle is clear. Clear means this your letter has to be easily understood. The letter should be made up of short paragraphs and short sentences. The language should be simple enough for anyone to understand. In the letter above, there is a sentence is unclear and ambiguous. Like, we now assume that you have no intention of clearing the balance. Logically, now means being certain, while assume means to guess. This creates confusion for the reader. So the better sentence would be, we now assume that you have no intention of clearing the balance, like in the slide. The principle is complete. Complete is the letter should include all the information needed for the reader to understand and respond. It should answer the question what, who, when, why, where, and how. However, the letter does not give clear information about the payment deadline or where the payment should be sent. So the improvement is payment due July 20 and 2030, and the payment method is bank transfer to account number 12345 slide D Van Basten, like the slide. The next principle is courteous. Courteous is the language used should be polite, respectful, and mention a professional relationship, even when giving a warning or pressure. However, the sentence like, we know some that you have no intention of creating the balance, sounds impolite and may damage the business relationship. Also, the sentence, our company will let the matter be dealt with by solicitors, sounds too harsh, although this is acceptable in a third reminder letter, but it can be softened. A better version is, we will have no alternative but to place this matter in the hands of our legal representative, like the slide. Okay, the next principle is concise. Concise is the message should be brief and avoid unnecessary words, but still be complete and meaningful. And in the letter, there is repetition in the sentence, like is, I have written to you twice, May 8 and June 4. The sentence is correct, but it can be more efficient. So the improvement is, I have written to you May 8 and June 4. Like this slide, as you can see in the slide and letter. The next principle is correct. Correct is all information must be accurate, including facts, number, dates, spelling, grammar, and format. In the letter, there is spelling mistake in. We now assume that's you. The word assume should not be capitalized because it is not at the beginning of the sentence. So it should be written as like the slide. We now assume that's you. The next principle is coherent. Coherent is the ideas in the letter should be organized logically and flow smoothly, so they are easy to follow. Overall, the letter has a clear structure. Each paragraph, flow and is connected, starting from the opening, explaining the problem, giving pressure to pay, stating the consequences, and ending the letter, like this slide. And the last principle is concrete. Concrete is the message should be specific and based on clear facts, not vague statement. The letter already includes specific details such as the amount due, $934 and 45 cents. The dates of previous letters, May 8 and June 4, and the July since April. And as you can see from the letter after applying the 7 C principles, the context is, I have written to you on May 8 and June 4 concerning your balance of $934.85. which has been outstanding since April, but as yet have not received a reply. When we arranged term, we offered you payment against monthly statement. Yet it has been 3 months since you wrote promising the account will be clear. We are concerned that we have not yet received any response or payment from your office. We must press you to clear this outstanding account. Please send your remittance immediately. Payment to July 20 and 2030. Bank transfer to account number 12345/D Van Basten. If the account is not clear as the time step, we will have no alternative but to place this matter in the hands of our legal representative. Thank you.
Thank you for a wonderful presentation. The next slide will be continued by Yosef Randy. Yosef Randy, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Now I will talk about the letter 2. As you can see in here, this is letter 2. First of all, let's talk about clear. For clear, the purpose of the letter is clear. It wants to remind the customer to pay the invoice. But there is one problem. If you see the letter, you can find a sentence that say, "We have not received your admittance." So basically the word admittance, it's not correct. It's mean like a permission to enter, not a payment. So basically it's out of context. So I have a better sentence. That is, we have not yet received your payment. So basically we just changed the word admittance to payment. So it sounds more logical. The second is complete. The letter gives some important information like invoice number, you can see here, and amount, 1,000. But it's still not complete because there is no payment deadline and there is no payment method. So we don't know exactly when the deadline is and how we are supposed to pay. So the correction is, please pay before June 30, 2013 by bank transfer. Third is concrete. The letter gives some detail, but not all are clear. For the evidence, it does not mention the currency. So we don't know what is that 2000 mean. We don't know is that 2000 rupiah or $2,000 or 2000 euro. And the second is, it say 3 weeks ago, which is not exact. This is can cause confusion. So for the correction is, the invoice was due on May 29, 2013 for 2,000 euro. 4 is correct. This letter has several mistakes. You see in the letter, let's say or flat and admittance is wrong word like I just said, and there is a grammar mistake like invoice still outstanding. The first is or flat. Or flat, it should be or ref. Maybe I just think it's just some typo. And the second, a grammar mistake like invoice still outstanding. And here we just it should be invoice is still outstanding. So basically we just add some is in there. Why we add it is just to make it clear that the invoice has not been paid yet. So without using is, the sound is more like a title title or note or heading. Fifth, concise. The letter is not too long, but some sentences are too complicated. For evidence, the opening sentence is too long and not direct. For example, in here, with a reference to your invoice number blah blah blah, we can, so the better version is we refer to invoice number blah blah blah, which is now overdue. This is shorter and easy to understand. And six is coherent. The letter has a good structure. First, it starts with opening, then explain the problem, then give a request, and last end with a closing. So the flow is clear and easy to follow. Last is courteous. The letter is already polite, but it can be improved. Some sentences sound a bit strong or direct. For evidence, we are looking forward to hearing from you about this matter. The better version is, we would appreciate it if you could make the payment at your earliest convenience. This sounds more polite and professional. Next slide. So, next slide. This is a better version of the letter too. First, let's talk about here. The revisit letter is clearly state its purpose to remind the customer about the unpaid invoice. For the evidence, we have not received your payment. Like this one, we have not received your payment, and this invoice is now overdue. This message is direct and easy to understand with no confusing words. The second is complete. The letter is now include all necessary information: invoice number, exact amount and currency, date, payment deadline, payment method, and contact option. 3 is concrete. All details are specific and clear. For evidence, like 2,000 euro and due on May 29, 2013, and this remove any ambiguity. 4 is correct. The revisit letter use correct grammar, proper vocabulary, and professional tone. 5th is concise. The letter is longer than before, but still efficient and not boring. 6 is coherent. The letter has a clear and logical structure. The opening, a request, and closing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And the last part of our presentation will be delivered by Kusina. Thanks,
Okay, thank you, moderator. I will explain about principle for reading good business letter 3. And you can see in this slide. For number 1, clear. The letter means the principle of clarity because its purpose is immediately apparent as a payment reminder, so the recipient has no difficulty understanding the letter's intent. As an evidence, payment reminder and your payment has not been settled. 2. Concrete. The letter does not meet the principle of concreteness because it does not provide specific information that the recipient can use as a reference to make an immediate payment. As evidence, no invoice amount and no invoice number. And as a correction, your outstanding balance 5 million rupiah, invoice number 12, that September 10, 20, and 29 has not been paid as of today. Number 3, concise. The letter is sufficiently concise because each sentence gets straight to the point without any repetition or unnecessary information. As a evidence, simple sentence that gets straight to the point and no exercise words or phrases. And you can see in the slide. And number 4, complete. The letter is incomplete because it does not provide the important information. The recipient needs to process the payment immediately. As a evidence, no payment deadline and no payment method or instruction. And as a correction, for the letters, can at least settle the payment within 7 days of the date of this letter via bank transfer to account number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. Next, coherent. The letter is structured in a logical and systemic manner, making the flow of information easy to follow from start to finish. And you can see as evidence order, there is opening, explanation, request, and closings. And paragraphs are interconnected. Next, correct. The letter is not entirely appropriate because it uses informal language for a business letter context. As evidence, until now, is too informal. And as a correction, your payment has not been settled as of today. And in the last, courteous. The letter demonstrates a polite and professional attitude, thereby maintaining a good relationship with the recipient. As evidence, we kindly ask you and thank you for attention. Okay, next. In this your slide, you can see the following is a revised version of the letter, which is no more effective because it adheres to the 7 principles, particularly in terms of clarity, completeness, and specific of information. The inclusion of details such as the invoice amount, invoice number, and payment deadline makes the content easier to understand and allows for immediate action. You can see in the slide, and additionally, the use of more formal and polite language ensures the letter remains professional and helps maintain a good relationship with the recipient. Okay, in this slide, we kindly request that you settle this amount within 7. Is at account the number 1, 2, and number account. And you can see in this letter there are ref and at there are opening, request, release, and closing. You can see in this slide. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Alright, thank you to all speakers. Now we will move on to the question and answer session. We will take 5 questions for this session. If you have any question, please raise your hand and state your name. Anyone?
10 menit 10 menit 10 oh iya 10 menit cari jawaban
5 minutes. Okay.
ikan itu lagi pakai apa sih boleh pakai HP toh tempat lampu enggak dia mau Hah? Itu risol dulu. Nyonya, makasih. Saya mau dadah di mana? Dadah mau Reina. Arti. Bener? Coba ya
Saya mau baca. Pertanyaan dulu. Yang mana satu? Yang mana satu?
Manis.
Itu yang bagian apa? Result satu deh.
Yang begini kan?
Contoh semua leather.
Oh, ada RTHR.
Bukan. Boleh contoh?
Jelek sekali yang aku ya.
Enggak apa-apa ini begini. Mau jadi
Yang biasanya di
Saya suka donernya tapi jangan lupa saya bikin ya question. Biasa HP.
boleh kalau cari jawaban. Iya, boleh kalau cari soal. Cari soal boleh. Ibu. Menjawab, Ji, boleh nggak boleh, Mi? Cari pertanyaan boleh pakai HP.
Masa?
Mana? Kami itu kan. Boleh. Pas pertanyaan.
Nggak boleh pakai HP tuh. Gua kira maksudnya menjawab.
Cari pertanyaan di mana tuh?
Kan kita masih dapat.
Lah kemarin pernah nanti nomor berapa aja dulu?
Jadi kan udah di daerah kos sekali dulu. Tunggu belum?
Kelompok 1 tawa, tulis. Anu Fad, tulis namanya sama yang jawab nanti.
Artinya mau
Tahu ketik sana letak.
Sambil apa? Masa?
Tidak ada. Ambil. Ya aku makan ambil sama Joy. Jangan makan Joy.
ST kasih sayang. ST kasih sayang. ST kasih sayang. ST kok begitu ST? Mau pasti es gula batu ini tuh Fer.
ini karena memang
Es gula batu. Ada nih.
Bisa duluan nih. Duluan kalau mau sekali.
Nanti naik lagi. Masuk lagi out. Masuk lagi out. Jalanannya terus.
Kelompok berapa?
Foto sudah bukunya.
Belum pertanyaan. Iya, coba bilang. Ada nilainya dikasih sama itu semua, sama itu materi pertama. Ini tidak ada kalau yang di sini pasti jadi bahan. Apakah moderator itu?
Jadi setiap cincin
Ada. Bisa dulu. Enggak manis banget. Ada sini. Terus dia
Bola Batu.
Nggak bisa kalau lewat sini teh.
Semangat berjuang virus. Berkaki itu orang ini
Oke, memperbanyak apa? Memperbanyak sepeda. Kamu ketahui nggak?
Saya tidak hati. Sebenarnya bilang Bobi. Oh iya yang kubur kasih bakso tapi banyak tak suka.
Enggak suka.
Pita banget kau. Pita banget. Nanti kalau punya banyak.
Kamu nah?
Jangan nih. Apa-apa Ih, bukan bisa kan? Tidak bisa juga. Ayo, sama lagi. Enggak sih. Pina ada logonya sini. Ini logonya. Manis gitu, Kak, manis.
Kacang itu.
Jangan takut. Kenapa aku kasih begitu dik? Kenapa kamu tahu? Tidak banyak.
Ternyata kapan data betulan. Ini mewarnai. Wih, sahabat tuh. Kenapa bukan kau ketik? Senayo. Namanya rezeki. Ada tindak salam sama setia pagi-pagi ya sama yang rusak kenapa
Bisa makan ini toh? Bisa makan ini toh? Siapa nama makan telurnya? Saya.
Bikin. Tahu Tanya BK. Ditanya BK.
IG-nya Mama
Apa lagi? Biar aneh aslinya. Penting bahasa ya.
Kalau mangga.
Watermelon. Maka tuh watermelon. Semangka. Semangka apa? Semangka. Apa di sini? Semangka. Bisa donat ya benar mau bisa. Berarti kita ajar masuk lima. Joseph makan. Pasti di otakmu gado-gado.
Tapi ya apa adanya gitu.
Oh, ada di sini.
Berarti itu karena udah sama Teja. Siapa?
Yes. Oh, ini ya
Taiman berapa nih? Siapa yang beri nih?
Dita. Habis Mimeng.
Kan udah bilang dari tadi.
Ada apa?
I will answer the question from Hasrianti. Alright, I will answer the question from group 2, Nurul Hasrianti. When do companies usually send a collection letters to customers? The answer is companies usually send a collection letter after the payment due date has passed and the customer has not made the settlement. In some case, companies may also send a reminder a few days before the due date has as a preventive measure against the late payments. Do you agree with the answer given?
Yes. Thank you.
Artinya, perusahaan biasanya mengirimkan collection letter setelah tanggal perusahaan biasanya mengirim surat penagihan setelah tanggal jatuh tempo, pembayaran telah lewat dan pelanggan belum melakukan pelunasan. Dalam beberapa kasus, perusahaan juga dapat mengirim pengingat beberapa hari sebelum jatuh tempo sebagai bentuk pencegahan keterlambatan pembayaran. Baik, sekian jawaban dari saya.
Okay, I will answer the question from Tessa. What can happen if the customer continually ignore collection letter? So the answer is a company will take a serious action like stopping service or taking the matter to legal action. Also the customer may also lose the company trust. Artinya itu perusahaan bakal ambil tindakan serius seperti memberhentikan pelayanannya atau mengambil masalah ini ke tindakan hukum. Terus customernya juga bisa kehilangan kepercayaan dari perusahaan. So, okay.
Okay, I will answer for question from Muhammad Izal. Explain the difference in the actions taken by the company between letter step 2 and letter step 3 if the debtor still does not provide any response. Jadi bagaimana apa yang perbedaan tindakan di perusahaan antara surat tahap 2 dan surat tahap 3 jika debitur tetap tidak memberikan respon. For letter 2, follow up because the first reminder was ignored. And for action, directly requesting immediate payment. And for letter 3, for final warning with serious and urgent tone and stating the total debt plus interest. Jadi untuk surat kedua itu tindak fokusnya pada ke tindak lanjut karena surat pertama telah dibatalkan dan untuk actionnya itu permintaan langsung untuk pembayaran segera. Untuk di surat ketiga itu fokus kepada peringatan terakhir dengan nada yang sudah serius dan mendesak dengan menyebutkan total uangnya dan juga bunganya. Sebagai tambahan, if the buyer still does not pay after the third letter, the company may hand the case over to a collection agency or a lawyer. Artinya, jika pembeli tersebut masih belum membayar setelah surat ketiga, maka perusahaan itu dapat menyerahkan kasus ini kepada agen penagihan atau pengacara.
That's clear, thank you.
Okay, I will answer the question. collection process divided in 3 steps instead of just sending all later directly. Write the right directly. There are supervision because a collection letter is not only about asking for money but may have a problems with late payment. If because some customer is forget, some delay, and some avoid paying. A phone call can help, but it is not always enough to make them take it seriously. So why? Because the first letter of collection payment is sent to buyer who has not paid on time, and the second letter is sent when the buyer has not responded to the first letter, and the third is sent when the buyer has not responded to the first and the second letter. So that's why the letter must be divided into 2 steps. Ada beberapa alasan mengapa surat penagihan itu dibagi menjadi 3 tahap dan bukan hanya 1. Karena surat penagihan itu bukan hanya sekadar meminta uang, tapi ketika sebuah perusahaan itu menghadapi masalah pembayaran yang terlambat, seperti karena beberapa pelanggan lupa, beberapa yang menunda, dan beberapa yang seringkali menghindari pembayaran. Jadi mengapa? Karena dari segi surat tagihan pertama saja, surat pertama itu dikirim apabila pembeli yang belum membayar tepat waktu. Nah, pada tahap ini penjual berasumsi bahwa pembeli mungkin hanya lupa akan pembayaran tersebut. Nah, surat kedua itu penagihan dikirimkan ketika pembeli belum menanggapi surat pertama. Dan surat ketiga adalah surat yang paling tegas dalam proses penagihan, dikirim apabila pembeli belum menanggapi surat pertama dan kedua. Jadi itulah alasan mengapa surat penagihan dibagi menjadi 3 tahap dan bukan langsung 1 kalimat saja. Karena terkadang terdapat pelanggan yang lupa membalas surat pertama, jadi dikirim surat kedua, tidak membalas surat kedua, jadi dikirim surat ketiga. Nah, sampai di surat ketiga tersebut, maka perusahaan bisa mengambil tindakan yang lebih tegas seperti tindak lanjut ke hukum atau bahkan memutus kerjasama dengan buyer.
Alright, thank you for great question and participation. Finally, we are at the end of our presentation. We would like to say thank you for your attention, and we apologize if there are any mistakes in our delivery. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.